Hello everyone and welcome to Werven's World and welcome to my Let's Play of Caves of Qud. So Caves of Qud is a wonderful roguelike game that I've had in my library for a long time and I've been playing it on and off, but I'm getting more and more drawn into it basically. So basically, well, you have to explore this world and it's got a very rich background. It's kind of like a post-apocalyptic world, but not the way you're used to. This is way longer than most of the apocalypses, so society has kind of been rebuilding again, but it's completely weird, and sometimes you might find like artifacts from older times, like a box of crayons for example. So let's start a new game. Basically there's two choices what you can do. You can be a Truekin, which is a little bit easier at the beginning because you start off with a lot of bonus skill points and stuff like that, and you can rebuke robots, which later in the game gets quite useful. A mutated human has a lot of cool mutations, but it's a little bit harder to play at the beginning. Yet we do want to do that, and I think I will just make a kind of a strength-based character. So we want to have a lot of toughness. Well, ego is kind of about psionic stuff and haggling, but I'm not that much interested in that. Willpower actually also increases your hit point regeneration rate, so that's quite nice. Also it allows you to use your mental mutations more often. So I don't want this to be at 0, or I don't want this to be at minus, but maybe 0 will be fine. This will allow me to get more skill points, and well, I'm gonna take some of that. And agility allows me to have more accuracy with my weapons, so I do want that definitely. So I think I will get a little bit more toughness and maybe a little bit more either intelligence or agility or strength. I think I'll go for strength. So then we can take our mutations. So we can take physical mutations, we can also take physical defects so that we have more points to put in mutations. We can also take morphotypes, basically to, how do you call it, whenever we get a mutation then we would get a physical or a mental one to specialize more. I think I'll go for the physical for now, such as, where are they? I like multiple arms, because then we can have more weapons, and one of them could have a torch in it if we want to, although we can take night vision and then we don't need torches at all, which might also be an idea. Multiple legs is quite nice because you get more speed, so you can run away better when you need to. Horns are kind of cool, there's lots of cool stuff there. So double muscle gives us more strength but less move speed. I don't want that. There is a really cool mental generation, mental one that I like. I just have to see which one that was. Disintegration? No. It was one that kind of chains quite a bit actually. Mental mirror? No. Psychometry. Force wall is quite nice, but more for archers I would say, or force bubble. Domination can be fun. You chill a nearby enemy. Was it a physical one then? Electromagnetic pulse, that must be it. This one here, yes, electrical generation. So it allows us basically to make kind of like a range attack and then which change, and it's quite nice. I think I do want multiple arms, and then maybe we also take night vision, so then we can have a lot of weapons with us, and then we can see what we want more. So we could have corrosive gas, we can have burrowing claws, but then we cannot wear gloves. So whether that's worth it, I'm not sure. We can have two-headed, which allows us to be better at mental stuff, or we can get wings, which allows us to fly over land. Thick fur can be nice for ape stuff, but I'm thinking of either stinger or maybe just horns. Then we cannot wear helmets, but it will improve our melee attacks by quite a bit. So we have 4 arms, we've got horns, we've got night vision, and we've got electrical generation. So then we can choose what our calling is. So for example, we can become an Arcanaut or Greybeard or Gunslinger. so if we are a marauder, we start with axes, and we start with dismember, and with butchery, which gives us more food, as well as with charge, which is quite nice. We can also be a warden, which gives us long blade proficiency, block, shield slam, steady hands, bow and rifles. I think I will go for marauder. It is Irvin. Alright, on the 20th of Shwataks, you arrive at the oasis hamlet of Joppa, along the far rim of Mograji, this great salt desert. All around you, moisture farmers tend to groves of viridian water vine. There are huts wrought from rock salt and brine stalk. On the horizon, cuts, jungles, triangle, chromes, steeples, and rusted archways to the earth. Farther and beyond, the fabled spindle rises above the fray and pierces the cloud-ribbon sky. Alright, so this is us here, this guy in the bottom, and we can talk to people. So this guy here, Mehmet, can give us some work, so we can say, I am in search of work. Some critters are eating the water vine. Farouk claims he saw one slinking around a vine patch. Ugly little thing, he says. Pale white, 8 legs and an ear-splitting whine. I noticed a bit of red dirt in the water vine pool, the same we find in the soil at nearby cave to the north we call Red Rock. Travel to Red Rock and kill as many of these critters as you can. Bring back the corpse of one too. Elder Iridat will reward you for your efforts. Alright, we can do that, but this is a little bit of a trap because it's a fairly hard mission to do immediately. We can also talk to this guy here, the Zealot of the 6-Day Stilt. Wanderer, Orphan of the Souls, hear me. To the north and to the west, through the great salt desert, the 6-Day Stilt splits the earth in two. Seek there the grandeur of Sakina. First among fathers, release yourself from the burden that Chrome bears on your sickly flesh. Go now. You intrigue me. I will make the end journey and see the 6-Day Stilt for myself. So now we can go to the 6-Day Stilt as well. We can talk to Warden Ulrak here. We can just share some water, make him friendly, but I will not. In this game, water is very scarce, and water is, first of all, it's your currency, but you also need it in order to drink. So basically you'll be drinking up your currency. Furthermore, it takes up some weight as well. So basically, if you are completely out of, if you have a lot of money with you, water, then you might not be able to carry other stuff. It's kind of cool. So here's a kitty, which we can pet for good luck. Stesiphus says meow. You start to glow. So now we glow, as you can see here. We are now phosphorescent. We have equipped horns, water skin with 32 drams of fresh water, bronze battle axe, lit torch. So we have a lot of torches with us, but we don't actually need them. So we could just get rid of these. So with E you go to your equipment. And now we can check out these houses, so make sure with space to close the door, otherwise they'll see us stealing everything. So we can get some wooden arrows. Ooh, and here's 2 artifacts already. That's great. And the reason why that's great, I'll show you in a little bit. And artifacts can be anything from big shotguns to actually a box of crayons. We never know. Here's another artifact, so that's quite good. Here is the Elder. Live and drink, wayfarer. Welcome to the oasis of Joppa. Here you will find shade and victual, along with other provisions to help you better scour the rust caves for treasure. Above all else, you may drink of our fresh water and quench your thirst. Alright, what can you tell me about Joppa? Joppa is an oasis hamlet nestled between the eastern reaches of the Great Salt Pans and the jungles of Cud. We are a community of water vine farmers. These groves lie along some of the few tracts of land tame enough to grow water vine. Cud is a strange and terrifying mesa to the northeast. Her tainted rivers breed life in all its motley forms. Her poisoned jungles shelter priceless relics of a forgotten past. But that is just a half of it, for Cud's most precious treasures and her most hideous children lie within the innumerable chrome caverns beneath the scarlet loam. To ply those silver hollows, a spry adventurer's dream. The years have wizened me beyond such foolish ambitions, but you be not deterred so. My thanks, Elder. Live and drink. So now we go to these houses. I don't think there's any chest in here normally, but no. So let's go to this guy here. This is a weird guy. He's Argive. Tensile strength of Reblin, but lacking in dino elasticity. Retro threading the M-band would probably... Oh, I didn't notice you there. That's because I was ignoring you. Noting a trace yield of synthetic linseed solvent. Unexpected deviation from the Klein constant. Clears throat loudly. Must you disturb me? What are you? Some sort of treasure hunter? At the very least make yourself useful and bring me a knick-knack from one of the caves. I may reward you. Where can I find such a cave? There are caves everywhere, you dolt. This is Cud. Try the Rust Wells, just east of here. I will return with your knick-knack. Now, a knick-knack is an artifact. So we already have an artifact. So let us talk to him again. We say, we have found your knick-knack. We can give any of these. Some might be really good, but, well, we can't really identify them yet. We could try, but our intelligence is kind of low. And if we try in the wrong way, then we destroy the artifact. So let's just give this one. Gives us 75 experience. And he wants another trinket. Well, we have another trinket, so that's great. So we give this one. We get 150 experience. This gives us a level up, 4 hit points, 74 skill points, and 1 mutation point. And now he's happy. Good, good. Quite impressive, treasure hunter. Maybe you're fit to poke around my workshop here. I've been wanting another apprentice. So unfortunate what happened to Screff. What with the disembowelment and all. Take a seat. There. Now let me explain. I'm on the cusp of a grand discovery. When I'm done assembling the weird wire conduit, you'll be able to speak to anyone from here to Caiaphas. First though, I'm going to need some copper wire, as much as you can find, at least 200 feet. You should be able to scavenge enough from the rust wells and nearby caves. Alright, as you say, I'll go fetch the wire. Now, this is a more easy quest than the first one we got. So, the first one wanted us to go upwards, and this one wants us to go eastwards, so that's easier. Now, we did get 1 mutation point and a skill point. So, here are mutations, and I'm going to level up the electrical generation. Because the next level means that we have 6 charges and we discharge them all at once, so that would mean we do 6 d4 damage. So between 6 and 24 damage. And then it will arc to adjacent targets. So we do that. We also have some skill points. Here are all the skills. So we already have axe proficiency, so we should try to use axes. We also have Dismember, which we can bind to a key. Then we have Butchery, which allows us to butcher corpses for food. It kind of does that automatically. We also have Charge. You charge forward 2 or 3 squares and perform a melee attack at +1 penetration, so that it's easier to do more damage. Acrobatics, Short Blade. I think I want to go for Tinkering. Maybe First Aid or Endurance. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I won't use anything yet. The last thing I'll do, well, let's first check out this. Yeah, here's still something. A white-brimmed hat. Well, we can't wear a hat because we have horns. But there is a small cobalt tube and a water skin. And here's nothing. Now, here's a dromad. What kind of creature are you? I'm a dromad human, a Salt Strider. So this is a trader. You can kind of trade with everyone. You just have to play press tab. So now you can see to the left his inventory and to the right my inventory. So at the moment, sorry, to the left is mine. No, to the left is his. Yes, to the left is his. All right. Yeah, so we give him torches because we don't need them. So we already get a bit of water from him. I'm not giving this one, but you can have my white-brimmed hat. And I think I'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to take any of your stuff. So now we have a little bit of water. We've got 4 drams of fresh water and 32 drams. Why did we equip this? That's why it looked like we didn't have any money. That's why I was a bit confused. Yeah, so now we have $36 of water, basically. So if he has, let's see, we can get some honey. We can get an iron battle axe, but I'm inclined to buy the hand axe, but soon we'll get a lot of weapons already. I might get a bandage. Maybe like 4 or something? No, just 4. Ooh, that's actually quite expensive. Maybe 2. Yes. Alright, so we can go out into the field. Let's look at this statue first for a quest. Shrine of Jajujim IV, the Boundless Ghost. The shrine depicts a significant event from the life of the ancient Sultan Jajujim IV. Throughout 461, Jajujim IV ravaged all of Sunamish Manor, conducting midnight raids on the villages of mysterious strangers and newly sentient beings. She became known as the Sunamish Scourge. You discover the location of Sunamish. You note the location of Sunamish in your location historic site section of the journal. You have received a new quest. Visit Sunamish. You note displays of information in the Sultan histories. Yeah, so now we can actually press minus and now we see the world map. Is this Sunamish? It is. Interesting. Do we already want to go there? I think I want to level up a little bit first because I'm not entirely sure what is here. Now, so this is where we are in Joppa. This is where the water vine guy wanted us to go, but we don't want to go there yet ourselves. So this is the rust wells, and there we can get all that wire that we need in order to complete the quest. Now there's lots more stuff here on the world map. For example, here's the 6-day stilt. Here's the Garden of Geth. Here's the Bethesda Susa. Lots and lots of stuff to explore, but we will only go here first. But we've already been playing for 15 minutes, so I'll put the episode to a close and next time we'll properly start. So I hope you had fun and see you next time.